Okay. Settled in. How in the world do you feed a family of 10 for a good deal? Well, I am about to show you. Just hold on. I have compiled a lot of our regular dinners that we do on the cheap, and I have created a little, I will be creating a video for those of you who are interested in multiple dinner ideas for your families. Keep in mind, my family is quite large. It is a family of 10 people. Yeah. So I am trying to be creative, I guess. I have come up with this idea to feeding 10 people for under $10. So under $10. I'm doing a real menu, you guys. I am not just doing spaghetti every night. We all, don't get me wrong, I love me some spaghetti. But that is everybody's go-to on a cheap, quick meal. So I wanted to do something different. I wanted to come up with things that everybody can get in their area for cheap. I will be telling you guys like what stores I went to get these deals and how I got them. Here's the kicker. I am normally a sales, deals, whatever girl. I am going to refrain from using coupons throughout this entire video. I will only use products, that sounds weird. I will only use food items that I have gotten on a deal, a discount. Basically, anybody off the street could walk into a store and pay the same thing that I did without using a coupon. Because I know a lot of you guys, that's your thing. Like, you don't have a lot of time to coupon. I get it. Okay. You hate coupons. I get it. I am not normally like that, but I'm going to refrain for this video and this week not to use a single coupon just for you guys. So I have created an entire menu this week just for y'all. And I'm going to show you my prices for everything. That's another thing. Is this menu going to be super duper healthy? Meh. Like, you know, I'm probably going to upset you like super organic mamas. Bear with me, you guys. Yes, go y'all. Can't afford it. Sorry. Like, I do vegetables. I do fruits. Do try to balance my meals out for my kids, because no, I cannot afford organic everything. Hats off to y'all that can, but we're a family of 10. Like, we can't do it. There's no way. We're talking stuffed French bread, taco soup, you guys, so cheap. So doing beans and cornbread one night, pork chops, roasted potatoes. We are also doing migas. If you guys don't know what that is, it's one of my favorite meals. I love breakfast for dinner. A roast and potato night. Pulled pork sandwich night. They're like the cutest little mini sandwiches ever. If you saw one of my other videos, you actually saw me buy, I don't know if it was like this exact bundle, but I actually purchased those little like mini breads, mini, I don't know what they're called, like mini sub sandwiches. I don't know. Anyways, they're like these little tiny breads that you can buy on the clearance aisle at Walmart. 7 days, 7 dinners, 7 different dinners. I'm not even doing leftovers one night, you guys. That is so unlike me. I want you guys to think about this. We are a family of 10 people. 10 people, and I'm feeding us for $10. $10 for meals. Oh my gosh. So just think, like, if you're a family of 5, I could probably feed your family for $5. So here's my next thing. Throughout this, I need some feedback, y'all. I would absolutely love it if somebody just like recreated what I did and said it was awesome, or I loved it, or what are you talking about? Like, it's not even possible. Whatever. Let me have it. I can take it. But I'm doing this because this is what you guys have asked me about. And if there's multiple people asking me about it, then, you know, maybe there's more people out there that can get some sort of benefit out of this. So I will see you guys every day throughout the week. So be kind, because I always won't have a face on, or my hair is going to be crazier than it is right now. And yeah, some days I'm just chilling in my PJs. So yeah, bear with me. But stuff will get done. Things will be made. Hope it's helpful. That's what we're going for here. Just trying to help other mothers out. I know how hard it is. Day-to-day stuff, man, it gets the best of you. So hang in there, mamas. We are going to make this happen on the cheap. Nope. What are we having for dinner?
Stuffed French bread with potato halves.
Okay, so today is National Mommy Stays in PJs Days here at our house, right?
Yes.
So no makeup, no clothes for me. Bella's gonna be my helper today. She's gonna help me cook up this awesome stuffed French bread, right? Yeah. And potato halves. Okay, so these are the basic ingredients that you need for our meal number 1, which is our stuffed French bread. For our large family, we have to use 2 of the French breads and 15 potato halves. Or no, 15 whole potatoes for our halves. I have already diced up and singled out our peppers and onions. I do this monthly so that I don't have to constantly chop peppers and onions. Excuse you. We have these big things of meat that we bought from Harps. They were, as you can see here on the price. So they were, for the total, it was $17.22. So what I'll do is I will cook up this big roll tonight, and then I'll single it out and freeze the rest. So basically, whenever we break this dinner down, you can see the prices that I've come up with. So with our 2 French breads that we use, it's $1.39. The ground beef, after sectioning it out and getting what I need out of that 10-pound roll, I'm basically going to be using only the $3.58. For my bag of potatoes, we had to use 15 for tonight, and they were 37 cents. That is an Aldi's price. Sometimes they'll put their 10-pound sack of potatoes on sale for like $1.39 or something like that. So it's an awesome deal, and it holds our family for about 4 nights. So we have Miss Bella on the stove cooking up our meat. Doing good, baby. And tonight's kind of a special night, isn't it? You don't usually help cook on Mondays, do you? Nope. Mama's off work, and Bella got voted to help with Monday dinner. Every night of the week that I stay home and cook, I have a different helper every night that helps me in the kitchen, helps me get things ready, cook meat, pop stuff in the oven, stuff like that. And Bella got the chore of tonight with all the hamburger meat for the week. Bella, you want to do this? Come over here.
Yes, I sure do.
Come on, kid. Grab your stool.
This meat smells delicious.
Alright. Okay, so what you're going to do is just take that and just pour it on.
That's it?
Yep.
Yay.
Don't mess it up. Just kidding, you can't. Oh, there you go. There you go. Just like that. Awesome.
I think it's gone because she spilled it.
I know. Okay. Alright. We're gonna run this around while you're eating butter again.
That's sick.
It's like a little butter ball. Take your salt, and we're gonna shake it out.
Oh, that is a lot.
With a scary voice.
Oh, that smells so good.
Watch and learn, sister. Watch and learn.
Yeah, watch and learn.
Alright, how's yours coming along, dear?
Coming good, actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, look. How's yours coming?
Pretty good, pretty good. Take a little. There you go. Okay? And we're gonna very
Carefully.
carefully. ever so gently place the cheese on the bread. Hi, Bubba. Starts in on dishes.
What?
Place that baby on top. Nice and easy, nice and easy. All right. Naomi, is Daddy up?
Nice and easy, Luca.
All right.
Done with that.
Pop her in the oven. Okay.
Done with that. Cut.
Another good reason why you should make your meat ahead of time and freeze it. Singling it out like this makes it easy for 4 a.m. meals. And that's taco soup. Thanks for bearing with me through my no talk this morning. Some of my kids' rooms are pretty close to the kitchen. As you saw, we did taco soup this morning. It is a very cheap meal and goes very far. For our family of 10, $8.80. That feeds us. Extra things that weren't shown in the video this morning were the cheese and the chips for the topping. So that's where some of the expense goes. I think that's like $2.29 out of it. So cheese and chips, we don't eat very often just because it is a little more pricey. I think the one bag of chips is $1.29 at Aldi's. So we don't eat chips very often, so it's kind of a treat for my kids because it is a little bit more of a cost just for a topping especially. So it's kind of nice to do those early morning dinners so that I don't have to worry about it for the rest of the day. It's done, it's cooking, and then whenever it's time for dinner, it's already a go. Definitely love my mommy morning time and being able to do what I want to do for a little bit, so before my kids wake up for school. So usually during this time I will read or I will plan my day with my planner and get things started for my day. So I'm going to take some me time. See y'all later. I'm about to leave for work right now. I am going to throw our meal number 3 in the crock pot and let it simmer while I'm at work today, and it will be ready for my family by the time I get home. Dinner number 3 this week is crock pot beans with ham and cornbread. If you saw my last video, I actually saved our Thanksgiving ham bone for this specific dinner. It is my favorite. The meat is free, so I'm not going to count anything towards, I'm not going to count anything in the price as far as the meat goes because it's not accounted for. It's free. So just using the drippings and the ham bone basically in the crock pots. So this is our overall cost of this dinner with all the ingredients that I'm actually going to be using. This is the chicken broth I got from Walmart. Cost me around $1.29. The beans were $2.23. The rice, I couldn't really, I'm just estimating that price because I really don't know for sure how much. But roughly around 75 cents. I really think it's less than that, but we'll just call it what it is. Ham bone, if y'all saw my last video, I got that from our Thanksgiving ham that I did. If you don't have a ham bone that you can use even ground beef or another kind of meat that you can just throw in there, or you can even not do any meat and just use one of these onion French dip soups. I usually put one of those in there, but because of the drippings, I'm not going to put that in there. I made the cornbread yesterday, so I don't have to worry about that today. The total cost of this meal is going to be $5.21. I already have my beans and my drippings and ham bone in there. I'm going to place my rice in there with my chicken broth and a little bit of water and call it good. Oh my gosh, I've not had enough coffee today. I'm running like on 4 hours of sleep. No joke. Last night was terrible. We have just gotten home from an impromptu Aldi's trip. We had to do a really quick grocery run through that place with all the kids, so that was kind of a mess. Two of my kids are graciously bringing in all of our groceries. The other two are putting things up. I am going to do a really quick video on tonight's dinner. We are doing, what are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, pork chops and roasted potatoes and some garlic bread, mac and cheese, and veggies. Tonight's dinner is going to be super fast, really quick video just to kind of show you the prices, what we're doing, what we're making, and just an overall ending product, I guess, of tonight's dinner. It is after 5 o'clock, so dinner is going to be really behind tonight, but we're going to make this happen. So that's about it. So anyways, here we go. Dinner number 4, pork chops. Okay, really quick, total cost for tonight's dinner is $9.87. Almost to 10, but not there yet.
Pork chop!
You're like a little pork chop. Okay, here's an overview of what our dinner is gonna start with. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
Okay, so our 15 potatoes, because that's what it takes to feed our family every single time. Malia, don't lose a potato. 15 potatoes. We have our pork chops that I got from Harps. You can see that they are $7.53. I actually got these on a meat deal, a meat sale that they were doing at Harps. They had it for, what is it? $1.67. Yeah, $1.67 per pound. So that equaled out to $7.53 for this whole package of pork chops. So, 2 cans of corn. And I always buy my bread on the yellow sticker Walmart sale clearance rack. My favorite price to pay for it is the 50 cents. Also doing a 49-cent mac and cheese from Aldi's. Thank you, Aldi's. My kids like it. It works. Just kind of like a filler. It's open on the bottom because that's how it came into my house. So luckily we didn't lose any noodles or anything like that. But anyways, yeah, 49 cents for a box of mac and cheese.
Okay.
Really? Play-Doh ladies?
Stop! You're messing up my thing.
Love each other.
Anything?
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 Dun, dun, dun. Tonight we are having migas. I have the tortillas browning in the pan. We have put the leftover pork chops and roasted potatoes that I've chopped up and put them in there, and the eggs with a can of Rotel and black beans. We are spending a total of, Noelia? I can edit. We are spending a total of $7.49 on this meal. I've got biscuits in the oven, and we can put some banana slices with it if you would like. It's like less than $1 if you do that, if you buy your bananas at Aldi's. Just couponing that saves you money. If you shop smart, you can feed a big family pretty cheaply. You just have to do it right. So like the pork chops and the roasted potatoes that I put in here and chopped up, they didn't cost us a penny because I put it in the cost for yesterday's meal. So if you noticed, I saved 2 things of pork chops just so I could put it in here. And then we always have leftover roasted potatoes, so in they go. And just kind of treat it like scrambled eggs. Oh, look at this. I found Emma's shell. No kidding. Ah! That's disgusting. That's what happens whenever kids crack your eggs. Did you know that the word migas in Spanish actually... No, that's amigas. Oh my gosh. Migas actually means scraps.
Really?
Yeah. So it's kind of funny that we like
Did you
throw
make
all
up
of our...
this name?
No, this is like a real thing.
Oh my gosh, you could have missed that.
Oh, thank goodness you're cute. Okay, so pause break. We have to go to a school function, so we left Emma in charge of dinner tonight. So if it's burnt, it's on her. So we are taking the three littles. Everybody say hey. Okay. And we'll be back to see how this ends. So this is what happens when you're a busy mom and you forget to change your shoes.
Oh my gosh.
Nice white Crocs to go with my my gray sweater. Ugh, it was like one of those mornings. I was giving out cough medicine, rice packs, tears were flowing, nobody liked their shoes. I have been up since 3 a.m. and I'm feeling it. I have got to get myself together. I don't think any amount of coffee in the world is going to help me make it through this day. But tonight is my guy's birthday. So, sorry. I'm just gonna try to clean up while I kind of go through stuff. So tonight is date night. Thank goodness, because of all days, I need it today. So I'm going to, okay, I am putting my roast in the crock pot so it can just cook throughout the morning. I'm going to separate my meat. It's actually an 8-pound roast that I'm putting in there. So I'm going to separate it for 2 dinners. So tonight we're going to do our roast and potatoes, and then tomorrow night I am going to shred the rest of that pork roast. And then we're going to do pulled pork sandwiches out of the rest of that meat. So, but I've got to get myself together. This was also a Harps meat deal that I did. They were doing, this was an awesome deal. They did their pork roast for 97 cents a pound. That's been the best deal that I've gotten so far. So it was awesome. So I think we bought like 8. I want to say, I can't remember. We bought like a ton of them. So stocked one of our freezers basically full of meat for that Harp sale. It was amazing. So I paid $7.76. Yeah, I paid $7.76 for that roast. So for 2 nights of meat, that is a great deal. $9.53. So cutting it close, but we still made it. And actually, I don't even know if I'm going to use onion. Well, I might with the carrots. We'll see. I don't know. Anyways. But yeah, that's what we have so far. So the Campbell's mix, yeah, $2.28 for that. So that was kind of a big expense. But I really do love those things, and even purchasing something like that, I'm still able to keep us in budget for our dinner tonight. Okay, really quickly before we are off and running for our date night, I wanted to go over this again. Okay, so using a half a roast with the packet that I showed you earlier, the Campbell's mix packet, those are our prices. Potatoes, I am throwing 3 potatoes in with our roasted carrots and onions, just kind of making that up into kind of like the roasted potato mixture-ish that I did the other night. And the rest of them are going on the stove for mashed potatoes, because nothing's better with roast than mashed potatoes. We're doing 2 cans of green beans. There's the baby carrots. I got those for $1.29 at Aldi's in like the little packets. So onions, this is kind of how I did that. I buy mine in bulk at Aldi's whenever they have their onions on sale. I can't remember the price for that. I have it written down somewhere. Anyways, they do the bagged onions, and they do them for a great deal. So what I will do is I will buy multiple bags, tons of bags, and I will section them off, cut them up into 1 cup, and then I will freeze all of them. So anytime I need onions, or I also do this with my bell peppers, I write the date on them so that I know which ones to use first. Also, we're going to do another 50-cent garlic bread. pop that in the oven really quick before we go, and for a grand total of $9.53. So here we go. Ooh, oh. Okay, so I chopped up those 3 potatoes and just threw them in here with that package of carrots. Can you see them? Yeah? Okay. Okay, thank you. One of my 5-year-old twins is actually recording. Everybody say, hi, Naomi. Okay. And then I threw those onions in there with like a little bit of butter and some olive oil as well. What else do we put in here, baby? Oh, like some of that
Butter.
seasoning. Yes, and butter. Yes. This is like literally falling off the bone. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Yum. It's Daddy's birthday today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, he is almost ready, and we are about to go on our date. So I am going to finish up really quickly here in the kitchen so that everybody has dinner tonight and they don't have to worry about ordering out. And what else, Naomi?
Birthday cake.
Birthday cake. That's all she's worried about. Okay, so I'm gonna end this, and I will
Take Daddy on a date.
take Daddy on a date. Yes, thank you. And tomorrow morning I will wake up before I go to work, and I will finish off my very last dinner, which is going to be our mini pulled pork sandwiches. So change your scrubs before I go to work. Don't forget that, because that is gonna look bad in scrubs. Story of my life. Oh no! What is that? What in the world? Look at this. It looks like I've already worked today. Just got my day started. Okay. So, change of scrubs before I go to work this morning. This morning is it's actually Saturday, but it's my Monday because I work weekends. So, I love to do crock pot meals whenever I go to work because nobody really has to worry about dinner. They just do the sides and stuff like that while I'm away. Basically, the main dish is done. So, it's the pulled pork mini subs, and I accounted for half the price of the roast on here because that's about what I put in there was about half that roast. The barbecue sauce, paid 99 cents for it total, but we're only going to use half of that bottle. The mac and cheese, 49 cents at Aldi's. Very quick, very easy. It's edible. Corn, we always use 2, so 49 cents at Aldi's comes to 98 cents for us. Baked beans, only $1.39. It's a pretty good side, and one of those cans is enough to feed my family of 10. So found some yellow stickered ones, $2.11. This will actually last us for 2 meals, so you'll see me like price cut that in half because we're not going to use it all for this meal, so it's not going to cost us $2.11 total. We're going to do a box of macaroni, some baked beans. I actually got these from Aldi's too. The maple ones are pretty good. I like them. And then our 2 cans of corn. Again, I use 1 cream style and then 1 regular. So we'll put those together. That'll be really easy for him to do. All he'll have to do is slice the bread, make the sandwiches, put these sides on the stove, and dinner will be done. So anyways, whenever you can, don't forget, check your Walmart discount aisles because you will find little gems like these in there. And whenever it comes to that price, that's a really good price for those little mini subs. And you can do a lot with these little things too. I just love them. So, and they're like the perfect size for the kids too. So all I've done so far is just put that shredded meat from the pork roast last night. I put the rest of it in here. And I also added some shredded carrots because I believe in hiding yummy goodness in foods. So, and plus it kind of like bulks up the meat and it'll kind of give something extra to the sandwiches. But yeah, whenever you can, hide veggies and food for kids. Sure, why not? Bulks up the meal, makes it healthier for your kids. Why wouldn't you do it? I'm also going to add one of my chopped veggies that I put in my freezer. This is the 1 cup of bell peppers. If I buy something that's supposed to be fresh, like veggie wise, like those little carrots, especially like the shredded ones, I find those on discount a lot. And the broccoli, the fresh broccoli, I will freeze that as well. In saying that, I don't know what it is about it, but I cannot get it to like have that crunch after it's thawed out. So those are things that I'll usually put in something. Like with the broccoli, I'll put it in a casserole or a soup or something like that. Carrots, same thing, especially the shredded ones. They're easy to hide from your kids. You can put them in spaghetti sauce, just like, oh my gosh, I can't even talk this morning. I haven't had any coffee, if y'all can't tell. So I will chop up some of those shredded carrots, even like finer than what they are, put them in sauces or put them in casseroles, put them in soups, put them in meat. My kids aren't gonna know that's in there. It's gonna be hidden in the meat. Anyways, just kind of be creative with kids. I know that these dinners aren't the healthiest. I get it, but just try to be creative. Try to balance it out. If you know you're not gonna eat super healthy or you're trying to eat cheap, do what you can. You gotta throw that goodness in there somewhere. So kind of evens out this probably horrific mac and cheese that I'm feeding my children. They love it. Also going to be adding one of our barbecue sauces, but I'm only going to use half of it. For one, there's not a lot of meat in there, and for two, we already had that sauce on there that we used from yesterday. So this, about a half a bottle of this is really just all I'm going to use in there, and so I'll save the half for another meal. I think we're doing barbecue chicken next week, so we'll use it then. Barbecue sauce on, peppers in, carrots in, meat in, lid on, and I'm off to work. Hey guys, I have just finished up our week of meals for under $10. So we are feeding 10 people for under $10. I finished. I did it. I tried to be creative and think of some meal ideas that maybe you guys don't do often, or kind of guide you in the direction that we normally do things to keep our grocery budget under budget. That's the key. I was so proud of myself. I did not use one single coupon this week. I shopped sales and shopped Aldi's and tried to find most of my stuff like that. That way, if you guys are not couponers, you can at least know that you can feed your family a decent meal for very cheap just going to the store. I try to get the majority of my stuff at Aldi's first. So that's why I will always hit Aldi's and then head to Walmart after that. We have a Harps grocery store here in our town, and they do meat sales every now and then, so I will definitely take advantage of that, and we will restock our entire freezers with their good deals. Not all of them are good deals, but I always keep a running list of best prices that I've paid per pound for every meat that I've bought. So that way, whenever those sales come up, I take my list with me and I know exactly what I want to pay for each meat. Oh, let me know if you guys are interested in that too. I can definitely put that out there so that you guys can kind of price compare and just have that list with you whenever you do go to the store. During this one, we did the stuffed French bread, we did the taco soup, we did beans and cornbread, pork chops, the migas. We did a roast, you guys. Come on. And then the pulled pork sandwiches, which I think that was like one of my kids' favorites. I am a firm believer that every person should have a small stockpile and a buildup of something in their freezer. If you are not a person that has an extra freezer, that is fine, but use the space that you have in there. Buy meat and bread and cheese and whatever else that you can stick in your freezer. Buy it at the time whenever it's at a good price in the store. That way you're not just running out and paying full price for something. If you can find those things at a good deal, grab it and stick it in your freezer. Eventually you will get to a point where you have a good enough stockpile where you won't have to go grocery shopping every week or for every meal. I don't know how some people do that. There's no way that I could do that. No. If I go to Walmart or the grocery store, it is once a week, and that is it. I do not like going more than once a week, so my family would have to wait for the next week. I have a lot of cheap meals that I do. These were just at random which ones I chose. So I do have more ideas if you guys want to see it or are curious. I can either post them, do another video, something. We can get it done. So if you guys are looking to save money, this is a great time to do it. I was trying to prove that you could do real meals for really cheap and not just these ramen and spaghetti and whatnot meals. Whole video was I was going to do 7 dinners for under $10 each. So spending less than $70 for 1 week of food. And I did it a little bit different this week. I did not use coupons and I did not do a leftover night just because I wanted to get, all of those 7 meals into this, proving that I could really do it. Are you ready for this? My grand total that I spent this week for dinners for my family of 10, I spent $59.69. Definitely less than $70. Can you believe that? $59.69. I broke it down per night on what I spent per meal for a family of 10, and it was $8.53. Per person, per meal, we spent 85 cents to feed us dinner. That's crazy, 85 cents. That's what it costs to feed my family, a real meal. That is less than somebody buying a drink from a vending machine every single day. Yeah, think about that for a second. So 85 cents per person, you can do this. If I can do it, you can do it. If you guys have any more ideas for dinners, cheap dinners that you guys do, maybe if you have a large family or a small family, I'm interested. Let me know. If you guys want more meal ideas, I'm happy to do another one. I had a lot of fun doing this. So it was kind of a challenge for me too. I've actually never broken down how much we, not like spend, because that's not a fair statement. I always keep track of what we spend, but maybe like what we spend per person per meal. So anyways, I was so excited to see that it was 85 cents. That's crazy. I am probably going to post another video here pretty soon to help you guys out for the upcoming year. So stay tuned for that. And I will see you guys very soon. Happy holidays, guys.